Hello, this is John from the Shedspiration Station. Thank you for watching. Today is a music storytelling episode centered around the band Blackfoot. This isn't going to be a comprehensive history, but about how the band influenced my teens and later, the cool connection to my life in the early 80s. I started listening and going to see Blackfoot live around 1979. I saw them several times growing up in rural Northeast Ohio. Typically, they would open for REO Speedwagon, and their opening act was always the Rockets from Detroit. The main act after REO was someone like Todd Rundgren or Eddie Money. REO always blew away the headliner, though. I had several Blackfoot t-shirts and jerseys I bought at their concerts in 1979 when I was 15 years old. Fast forward to around 1982 where I moved to Michigan and ended up living in Ann Arbor. I was a guitar player and a drummer, so I immediately found my new home music store, Al Nally Music. Previously, my home store was Woodsy's Music in Kent, Ohio. So it took a minute to feel comfortable in Al Nally, window shopping, picking up Stratocasters, playing them, etc. I basically went there every Saturday morning just to really hang out for an hour or so. Well, one Saturday morning, I'm checking out another guitar I can't afford. And guess who walks in the door but Ricky Medlock, a bunch of good-looking blondes, and the rest of the band Blackfoot. Snakeskin boots and all, they walked to the back of the store and went to the basement. I was rightfully shocked and had to know what they were doing there. I asked my store employee buddy, "That's Blackfoot, right?" He said, "Yep." And that Al Nally was their producer and that they had recorded their last 2 to 3 albums in the basement of Al Nally's store. Of course, I immediately went into young fan musician groupie mode from then on. I timed my Saturday morning visits at 10 a.m. so I could always be there to see Blackfoot walk in. So a few years go by, and I think it was around 1984, Blackfoot had broken up. Well, one night I was alone at the bar at the Del Rio in Ann Arbor, just sitting there drinking. I looked to my left, and 2 empty bar stools down, I recognized the drummer from Blackfoot, Jackson Spires. I couldn't contain the groupie within me, so I walked over and introduced myself. He was a super cool guy, and in his southern drawl said, "Have a seat. What are you drinking?" It was on, baby. We sat for 2 hours drinking and talking about his Blackfoot days and tours, etc. Priceless. He was so down to earth and a real hoot to talk to. He was currently playing drums with a couple of local Ann Arbor bands, the Watusis, and I think George Bedard and the Kingpins. I asked him about what it was like in the shadow of Ricky Medlock, who now fronts, by the way, Leonard Skinnard. And he said he just chased the ladies that Ricky didn't want anything to do with. He described one woman to me, and I'll never forget the line he used to describe her. Imagine a deep southern drawl, which I'll try my best. She was so fine, I'd crawl through a mile of barbed wire to hear her fart across a walkie-talkie. enough said. Love you, Jackson. Rest in peace, my friend.